Hello and welcome to this presentation video for the Better Reference Explorer plugin for Unreal Engine. It works much like the built-in reference viewer. You can right-click on any asset and choose the new Better Reference Explorer entry. The window that opens looks similar to the reference viewer. Let's open the reference viewer side by side to compare. On the left side of the window, you'll find the referencers. These are the assets that reference the selected asset, in this case, the hero blueprint. On the right, you'll see the dependencies. It means the selected asset, the hero blueprint, contains references to these dependencies assets. We can see that both tools return the same results. The big advantage of Better Reference Explorer, however, is that it shows exactly how assets are linked. Let's take an example with this asset, CFX default skin. It appears in magenta, just like in the reference viewer, to indicate that it's a soft reference. If we disable soft references in the options, it disappears. But with the reference viewer, we can't really see how the hero BP and the default skin are connected. There is a feature called Resolve Referencing Property, but most of the time it doesn't work, and in this case, it doesn't. With Better Reference Explorer, we can clearly see the link. The connection between the hero BP and CFX default skin starts from a component called Lyra Context Effect, then a property named Default Context Effects Libraries, which is a container. Inside it, the element at index 0 holds the reference to our CFX default skin. Let's open the hero blueprint asset to verify. As expected, we find a component named Lyra Context Effect, and under it, the property Default Context Effects Libraries, a container whose element at index 0 references CFX default skin. Let's take another example. I'll open the reference viewer again for comparison. This time, everything looks similar, and we'll use this MetaSound source asset as an example. The reference viewer gives us some information, but it's not very useful. We can't easily tell where the property is located. With Better Reference Explorer, we can instantly see that the link comes from a component called Audio on Heel and its sound property. Let's verify. Here's the Audio on Heel component, and indeed, the sound property contains our MetaSound reference. It also works with gameplay tags. Here's a gameplay tag displayed in bluish green. Does the reference viewer help? No, it gives no useful information. But with Better Reference Explorer, we can see the exact connection, a property called Gameplay QTag directly on the blueprint, then a subproperty called Tag Name. Let's check. Indeed, there's the Gameplay QTag property, and right there, our gameplay tag. One of the major benefits of Better Reference Explorer is that it also works with C++ classes. Let's take an example, the base ability class from the Lyra project. That's something the reference viewer can't handle at all. It would return completely incorrect results. But with this plugin, you can simply right-click any C++ class and get very useful results immediately. Here, for instance, we can see all the dependencies of the Lyra gameplay ability class. These are all the child or subclass assets derived from it. Very handy. Let's open one, say this one here, just click on it to open. Inside, we can see the various dependencies tied to this gameplay ability. Let's go back and pick another one, for example, Melee. Here we can spot several dependencies, including some in an event graph. That's another feature of the plugin. It can also search inside blueprint graphs. In this case, several animation montages are referenced from this gameplay ability. Apparently, they're used in an event graph function called selectHitMontage, with a small typo, by the way. When we open the blueprint and look for the function selectHitMontage, we can quickly find the references to our montages. The Better Reference Explorer plugin helps you save a huge amount of time when tracking down references and dependencies in Unreal projects, and it comes with several other handy features. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and that it made you want to give it a try. Thanks for watching.